y'all? It's your girl Nelly D on the ones and twos, but never the threes. And I got LOL Probably Drew with me at LOL Probably Drew on IG. Show him some love.
Thank you for that, Nelly. And what kind of co-host would I be if I did not introduce the host of the amazing Nelly Drayton show? If you want to find her, she is at Nelly Drayton across all social media platforms. Please show her some love, y'all.
Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. I think we're going to be like Nike and just do it. Are you ready?
I'm ready, girl. Let's go.
Let's get into it. What is it that we're going, what are we going to talk about? What's on the agenda, like you said last time?
I think what is on the agenda is we're going to have a discussion about expectations, because I think we're kind of like transitioning, I feel, the podcast to talking more about like some real relatable content. And I think everybody can relate to expectations when dating versus expectations when in a relationship. And I think we're going to have some discourse on that today.
Oh, what does discourse mean for those who may not know?
You know what? I will be happy to look that up for you and give you an actual definition instead of my little Cliff Note version. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
I will tell you. I do use that word a lot, don't I? Discourse.
I
have
honestly
been saying it a lot.
You may have, but I don't think you use it a lot.
Okay. Discourse is a generalization of the notion of a conversation to any form of communication. Discourse is a major topic in social theory. Okay, that's not really a definition. Here it is. Here's the definition. Hold on one second, please. It's a verbal interchange of ideas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like us discussing the different ideologies behind whatever we're discussing. So whenever we're having discourse, we're kind of sharing our thoughts, coming together on our thoughts, and having a conversation about our different viewpoints on things.
Okay.
The Nelly Drayton Show discourse. That sounds like a fun little side gig.
That does. Ooh, that sounds like. Ooh.
Sounds like a segment.
Yes, I was trying to think of the word. What would be the best way to describe what that would be?
Sounds like a segment.
It's the singing for me. You have to write it down. You're gonna have to write it down. Thumbtack it. Put a thumbtack in it. Pin drop.
If you like it, then you should have put a thumbtack on it. If you like. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. When I have reached peak stress, I act like a 5-year-old. So just need y'all to bear with me, okay? Because your boy is like unfolding at the seams currently. Ooh. So just bear with me.
I feel like everybody kind of goes through that. I don't think that's just a you thing. I think it's very common. Like anybody, it's like a reset. Yeah. So you gotta go back to like your inner child to recharge and get back up and keep going full throttle.
Very that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I see it, if anything.
Trying to hold it together.
So as far as expectations, first let's real quick just try to put out there, what do we think dating is? And we may have already discussed this just a little bit on a previous episode, but just to revamp it for those who may be new to the Nelly Drayton Show podcast, we are creatives trying to figure out all parts of life because there is no blueprint. So what better way to get through the creative journey but to connect with like-minded individuals and try to sort of figure it out.
Right.
And dating.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Ooh, booked and busy?
Sorry. That's my mother. She's a mother. I am booked and busy. I'm currently actually doing my daytime job while doing my nighttime job. So yes, I am booked and busy. But to answer your question, I think that what I think of dating, and I've had some discourse with people that I would have, we've discussed this. I've discussed this with people that I've like gone on dates with and stuff. And to me, that is what dating is going on dates, getting to know someone, going out with someone. I would consider me and that person dating. I know a lot of people, they claim that they'll say, oh, we're dating when they have confirmed that they're a boyfriend and girlfriend or that they've gone exclusive. And that's fine. I also would say that me and so are dating. But I always say, like, if I'm dating someone, that means I'm getting to know them, I'm going out with them, we're going on dates, we're doing things together. That would be, in my opinion, dating. I probably need to change that because I'm getting tired of telling people that I'm dating people, because it sounds like I'm a little sleut out in these streets, because apparently I date a lot. So I might need to change my verbiage on that. But that's always what I've considered dating. Like, me and someone are dating. We're going on dates. We're doing the act of dating, which is, going out together and doing what such and such.
Okay. As far as my opinion on dating, short, sweet, and to the point, when someone says dating, the first thing I assume oftentimes is they're in a exclusive relationship. People know that they are together. They are in a partnership working towards marriage.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just talking with someone and going out on dates, I say that that's talking. Why? I don't know. Maybe because no one, in my family decided to sit down with me and work through the social etiquettes of the dating life for a single young woman like myself. When no one
Mm-hmm.
teaches you these things, you kind of come up with your own definition. And even if it's not the most popular definition, it's still a thought. And that's how I see
Yeah.
dating. It's you all are in a relationship. If you all are just talking, we're just talking. If we're going on dates, we're just talking. Unless we
Yeah.
are on the phone talking about what we got like, I see dating as, hey, what time you get off work again? Oh, the same. Oh, okay. So did you want to get the usual? Yeah, let's get some Chinese and then just hang out for a little bit. Yada
Mm-hmm.
yada yada. I see dating as it's a serious it's just serious,
Mm-hmm.
and there's now a set routine that includes you in the everyday life of the significant other that you are dating.
Mm. See, and that's funny because I guess the way I view, like, the terms is very literal. Because when you said, like, talking, I think of, like, legitimately, like, we haven't gone on a date yet and we've just been, like, texting, getting to know each other that way. I've always considered that, like, the talking phase. So it's funny that we have that difference, because apparently I'm learning this about myself. I'm actually a very literal person.
Ain't
Like,
nothing
I'm
wrong with
very
it.
literal. Very, 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 very literal.
Hmm.
So that's an interesting revelation that I literally just had. So thank you for that.
Well, I mean, we're creatives trying to figure it out. I feel like that's something
Mm-hmm.
that we've kind of dived in different areas that all involve the dating world or the relationship world, as
Yeah,
far
and
as
I'm
like
sure.
having
Yeah.
as far as like having a creative a good supporter as a creative. What would a good friend or support person look like to you and stuff like that? You've asked me those questions and we talked about that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I suppose our dating experiences typically shapes the way that we, like, have those ideas.
that's a good
You know.
point.
Yeah. Because I
That
would say, like,
yeah.
I feel like that's, for the most part, I feel like a lot of people have kind of understood, like, why I would think that. Which, not that it's like a weird thing. I don't think anybody would hear me say that and be like, "Oh, that's weird. Never thought of it that way." But I do think a lot of people view it very similarly to how you view it. But I think the reason why I think the way I think is because typically, maybe in my past, but usually, if me and somebody are going on dates, then we're kind of getting to a point where usually one person asks the other person out. Like, usually it's starting to, like, get to that area. And so I guess that's why I just think like that. Because I'm a catch.
Hmm.
Clearly.
Well, I
Well,
mean, I did have a fangirl moment over your thumbnail. So,
my
you know,
thumbnail? What
yeah, when we did
thumbnail?
when we reacted to one of your.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember. Because I have sleepy eyes, and I guess I was giving light skin the house down boots, so. I
Regardless
guess I
of
don't
that.
give that anymore.
Regardless of that. Oh, also, speaking of light skin and you know how we used to like
Oh gosh,
you would
yeah.
poke at no, don't do that because you would poke at my type. Like my type is tall, light skin, skinny.
And thin. You like them very lean.
Actually,
Oh.
I have a new crush. So for those who
Oh.
don't know, okay, for those who
Mm.
don't know, yes, I used to have a crush on Davon Bennett, aka King Von. Then rest in peace to that man, that wonderful, beautiful man. My next crush was Corey X Kenshin. And then as I continued to watch his videos, I was like, you fangirled like you normally do, but you really ain't attracted to that man. You just like his ethic. You like his editing style. You like his personality. You like his personality. You like the way he edits his videos. You like the way he does his thing. And he seemed like a very cool, chill person in real life. It doesn't seem like he's faking it at all. And I was like, so I like the idea. I like the idea of what he's put out on the internet. I don't think I would actually like this man in real life. Like, I don't think I would fan out like I thought I would. The only person that I would scream and shake for if I got to meet him was King Von. That's just real. But that's because he just, oof.
Oh.
He looks exactly how he talks. It's like he has the bark and bite, and he looks like he has it. So it's like, oh, wow.
Not the bark and the bite.
Yikes. But anyway, the new crush. Drum roll, please. His name is Josh Johnson, and he's a comedian, and he looks nothing like the type that you think is my type.
Oh.
Google him.
Not you doing that. Oh my god.
I'm just saying, I have a new crush, and he's Josh Johnson. I genuinely feel like I am crushing over that man. I feel like if I saw him in person, we would make crazy eye contact.
You think?
Crazy. I'm in my Delulu right now. I feel like we would immediately both hit it off and no, I'm just playing.
Oh, you're going through some motions over there, honey.
I'm just saying, and like we need to talk about the expectations.
Yeah, I was waiting. You was having a moment there, girl. You need to fan yourself off over there.
I'm just saying, Google him, and then you'll see, like, oh, Nelly, you really, I don't think I have a type. I think that.
Oh, okay. Let's not make outrageous claims like that. You clearly have a type. I mean, how dare you? How very dare you try to get on this podcast and tell these people, oh, I don't have a type. Okay. Well, you do. Period.
Oh wow.
I mean, you do, honey. Okay? I've seen it firsthand.
You don't know me. Okay, stop talking like you
very well.
You don't know me. Don't you dare.
Oh. I know you very well, darling.
Listen, Linda, listen. I'm going to just put it like this. I think that in the world of dating and relationships, what I truly believe is that there is a small percentage of fellas in the world, regardless of their sexual orientation. There is a very, very small percentage of fellas, okay, who actually see dating as exactly what it is. And then there's this large percentage, okay, following?
Yeah.
And they're in this liquidized container.
Oh.
And it's blue, right? It's blue liquid. And there's a little hint of yellow tint that floats on the top of this liquid containered compartment. And it stinks. And a large percentage of fellas, again, regardless of their sexual orientation, dive headfirst in this compartment, liquidized
Okay, I'm lost, sweetheart.
There's piss in the dating pool.
Okay, you really could have led with that. You could have said that, and I'd been like, "Got you."
I was just being
You
silly.
was yeah, you was being poetic AF, honey. You was trying to have a real Maya Angelou moment. Like you was really going for that. You was swinging for the fences with that one, babe.
Where's the snaps? I tried my best.
I would snap when the conclusion is drawn. I'm lost. I'm sitting in this speakeasy looking like, huh? like like that was
Hmm.
cute. That was really cute.
I was trying to make it sound not as bad. I
I
just didn't
know.
want, trying to water it down, but you can't water down the reality. You can't. And I think
No.
that is why expectations are the way they are. I think that's why we have the unrealistic versus the realistic. You can't, I don't even know how to make it known
Mm.
that this is what I want because, again, that small percentage of fellas, like, they make it known. I feel like they make it known before you do. Any man that's really intentional about being with you, wanting you, they make it known up front and they're intentional about every step of the way.
Yeah, that's the key word right there. Intention.
Yep.
That's the key when it comes to expectations is intention, because a lot of times I think people misrepresent their intentions, and or they will misinterpret your intentions, and instead of having a conversation about anything, people decide to take information that they think they have received from lack of behavior or lack of action and make decisions based off of that, which is just simply unfair. You know, people should be able to express their own intentions. But also, in this day and age, communication, and it is so just disgusting, because when you talk about dating or you're getting to know someone, everyone always brings out communication, communication, communication. I just want someone who communicates. Let me tell you something, okay? Nobody knows how to freaking communicate. Period. I've yet to see it. I've yet to see anyone who's been able to say, hey, you know what? I don't like when you do A, B, and C, and it really bothers me. And it's not that I want you to change yourself. I just want you to be aware of that. Nobody knows how to do that. Nobody knows how to say that. Nobody actually knows how to communicate. People expect communication from the world, but God forbid that someone expects communication from them.
Oh
It's
boy.
really weird. It's a really, really, really weird dynamic that we find ourselves in constantly.
Oh my goodness.
Did I
Um,
sound really impassioned just now?
you sound no, you sound real. The realistic expectation is not as realistic as it should be. If that's what you
No,
were.
well, that's the thing. It's not realistic at all. It's realistic because saying something like, "Oh, I just expect communication." First of all, if that was such a realistic expectation, then why is it everyone's expectation? Why
Yeah,
is that? Why does everyone have to note that they want communication, but it's supposed to be one of the easiest expectations that you get from a person? So where's the problem? Where do we narrow the problem and then find a solution for it? If everyone wants to talk about how they struggle with people communicating, but that should be that's the staple of a relationship is communication. Everyone knows that. Everyone says that.
that is
So
true.
like, why is it? How does communication become both categories, realistic and unrealistic? Because it is unrealistic. Everyone is so jaded to dating because they've all been hurt by people who don't know how to communicate. They've all
Oh
been hurt
boy.
by people who ghost them. They've all been hurt by people who have unrealistic expectations and they don't live up to. I mean, everybody's been hurt, and so this whole communication piece really just grinds my gears because I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing, I just want communication. And where do you think that lies? In your bio on Tinder? Like, babe, you need to really learn how to talk to a person instead of just
Oh
saying communication. I want communication in a relationship. And
well.
how? By texting all the time? Like, come on. It's getting out. It's getting on my last nerves. The next person that I talk to that says, "Well, communication is really important to me," I'm just going to go ahead and ghost you because I already know. I can see your future. I become a soothsayer when someone talks about communication because I can already tell you lack it. If you're looking for it so bad, you lack it. It's probably not that you need it. You don't know how to use it. So I just can't take it no more.
Ooh,
Sorry,
wow.
really bad day to do a podcast. I am in my feels.
As you should. No, though.
I am in my
No.
feelings, honey.
As you should. I'm glad that you're in them and not avoiding them.
I can't. Look. Let me tell you something. I am not one of those people who like. Everyone says all the time, like I wear my emotions on my face, and like I do because there. Even if I like am not speaking my emotions, like there's no. I have like I can't do it. I can't. It
Yeah.
will like that. If there's anything that's going to take me out of this world, it would be me attempting to like hide my emotions. I physically cannot do it. I have to let you know that those shoes you are wearing are insulting me. I have to let you know. I can't hide that kind of stuff. I have to say it.
Oh boy.
I just have to talk about it.
Mm,
And if I
mm.
don't, then I resent. I learned that. I have learned that in my like short years of living, that if I don't express how I feel about someone or something, I will grow to resent you. And
Mm.
once we get to that point, like
There's no saving it.
truly, there's really, yeah, I mean, honestly, there isn't, because if I resent a person, there are so many like there's so much trauma that comes with that
Oh, I
you
know.
would have better luck trying to make me straight than to make me like see you as something other than what I see you as if I'm starting to resent you. Like seriously, it's an uphill battle.
Oh no, I understand exactly what you're saying. As you said that, I was thinking about how I feel towards the father of my child. Like the
Mm,
resentment started with him like during my pregnancy, and that's why
mm-hmm.
we did not last very long after I gave birth,
Yeah.
because the resentment was there, and unfortunately I was not, I didn't have that bone like you do, where when something is bothering you, you really want to just speak on it. I
Mm,
buried a lot. I carried my own problems and buried a lot of my issues because my reason for not speaking my truth or
mm-hmm.
speaking how I feel, probably, if I could really be honest, was because I
Mm-hmm.
know that the people that I was around can't handle the truth. I'm too honest.
Mm-hmm. I
And
know.
that's
I was about
why,
to say that too.
what?
I was about to say that I don't think that you don't have the ability to do so, because I 100% think that you do. I think that you have just been around an environment where the people that you modeled your behavior after didn't speak up. And when you did speak up, they fell on deaf ears. So it's like our
Mm,
behavior, especially as young people, is learned behavior. You will learn that what's the point of me saying something, because every time I say something, it gets turned around back on me. It's my fault somehow. It's like you learn to be like, well, I'm just not going to say anything, because at this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I
mm-hmm.
say. It doesn't matter what I do. Somehow it's going to come back on me, or nobody's going to listen to me, or they're going to think that I'm being dramatic. So
Ooh,
it's learned
triggered.
behavior. Learned behavior.
I'm immediately triggered. Ugh.
Oh, trust me, I've heard that all my life too. That I'm extremely dramatic, and it's like, am I, or am I just more in tune with my emotions than the average person? Because it seems like the average person strives to be devoid of emotion. It's a really weird flex, but okay.
Oh, you are dropping some hot ones in the
Yeah,
deep fryer.
I'm in my feelings, babe. I am.
I mean,
I'm feeling some kind of
listen,
way.
I'm here for it though. I'm here for it, whether it's
Yeah,
calm chaos or
yeah, because I could
uncontrolled.
be like slashing tires, and I could be doing like going absolute haywire, but I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm
yeah,
better than
no,
that.
yeah. Oh, well, yeah. With that, I ain't heard a tongue pop in a minute, so we agree with that. That was a declaration when you did that. I'm a firm believer that if I was to be, and this is just my perspective, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
might make me sound like I'm bitter, or it might make me sound uh unhealed, or still
Mm-hmm.
holding on to my past, or traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
However, the things that I have experienced, I want to say about 50% of my life so far
Mm-hmm.
is men who do not have um sexual discipline,
Mm,
and
mhm,
so they're never thinking, so there is no
mm,
real communication, because I'm
mm-mm.
communicating with a facade,
Yeah.
because this is a game, this is not real, you're not a real, I'm not a real person, you're not a real person. When I
Well, and
walk,
they objectify women too. You're just an item for them to use for sex.
yeah, whether it's for a month, a year, or two.
Yeah.
I mean, and we all see it, no shade, but a little bit of shade, like shady Shade like Slim
Mm.
Shady. We
Okay.
see it with the father of my child. He's been with the woman. He's been with his girlfriend for since 2000, since we broke up, which was like 2015 or 16. I can't remember, but he's been
Mm-hmm.
with that woman for that long, and
Mm-hmm.
she's still a girlfriend.
Mm. Mm. Mm-mm.
Got a
Mm-mm.
house though. She got a house with him.
Mm-mm.
She got a house with that man, but
Mm.
she's still a girlfriend. So she is a placeholder. She may not want to hear that. She may never like that. He may not like that I'm calling it out, but that's exactly what it is. After what, 4 or 5 years of being with him
Mm.
and from high school giving birth to his child, he was ready to propose with a $3,000 engagement ring.
All
He
right
ain't gonna
now.
do that again for nobody else unless he genuinely forgives me and forgives himself and then apologizes for being the jerk that he is.
Mm.
He ain't until he heals himself internally. That man ain't gonna. Baby, you girlfriend for
Fact.
life. You are an object, a placeholder.
Yeah. I mean,
Yikes.
and there's a chance because I do think that there's been a shift in like relationships as far as like, you know, the end goal. Because I think older women, maybe not older women, but I know it seems like modern women, and this is a generalization, so it's not like, you know, 100% fact. It's just an observation that I made, and I'm just speaking on that.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to me that modern women don't have the same end goals as they used to, which was like to have the family, to have the kids, to have the house, and to have the marriage and have the husband. I don't think women aspire for that anymore. I think they're aspiring for like the man, sure, maybe the house, but I think they're aspiring more for like the image as opposed to like the actual like um, the foundation of a family. I think they are more aspiring to like the image. Like me and my husband, like, look, we're taking trips. We post it on Instagram, and like, but they're fighting the whole time. You know
Ooh.
what I'm saying? Like, so like
Ooh.
they everybody's posting all these pictures of them and their relationships, and then you hear like 6 months later that homegirl is walking around with sunglasses on because she's got a black eye, and then boyfriend gets arrested, and then everything comes crumbling down. It's like because it's not based on anything substantial. It's all fake. Everything they
Ooh.
do is fake. And so like
Ooh.
relationships these days, they're more for the show of it. They're more to like it's more like territory now as opposed to like love. It's just like I like him, he likes me, and I'm gonna claim him and possess him, and you know that kind of stuff. There's no foundation that you can build upon that except for you know the attraction, which unfortunately in relationships sometimes it goes away. Sometimes you're not as
Mm-hmm.
attracted to a person as you used to be, and when everything is physical, when you start a relationship and everything's so physical, once that initial high, that initial like rush goes away, you're left sitting there like with your hands in your pockets like, well, what's next? And it's like because you don't even know this person, you've been having sex for 3 months, calling him your boyfriend. What happens now? Like relationships just aren't built the same way that they used to be.
They're not built to last.
They're not. They're not because you have to have in order for a house to stand on its own, it has to have a foundation. And if your house is built on bed sheets and squeaky mattresses, babe, get out of
Or
here.
just or just the mattress it by itself.
Ooh, okay now. You know what,
Sorry.
Nelly? I like that. I like that a lot. That was really good. That was very witty. I'm very proud of you. That was good. That was good. I was kind of hoping after I said mattress that you would like pick up on that, and you did. I am so proud of you. My shady lady ways are finally brushing off on you.
Oh, hold on, wait, listen. Look,
Oh
listen.
gosh,
I was ready. Ooh, I was
I
ready. You
yeah,
peeping them? You peep the
I
shades?
loved it. I loved it.
Listen, listen. And not to dive into that, but I'm gonna say it without saying it. There has been
Mm.
pictures of like vacation here recently.
Oh no!
That's why I
See
was
what?
like, that's why I said like, ooh,
I'm a prophet. I'm a
ooh, I
prophet, honey.
can't do
Because
it.
I'm telling you, I can prophesize all these people. Look, when we link up, the next time we link up, I want you to show me a picture of a relationship that you're not so sure about. Let me just get a couple pictures of it, get an idea of who they are. I can prophesy the relationship within the next year upon us.
Oh my god, are you gonna show up with like an outfit?
Maybe I might have a turban on or something, or like a crystal ball. Like who knows? But I'm
Oh
a
my.
prophet, babe. Look, and another thing, just a note for people who need some relationship advice. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
When you have that feeling that something is not right, something's not right. Okay,
Mm,
let me tell
yeah.
you, I have fought this intuition for so long, thinking that it makes me feel like I'm going crazy because it's like so unsubstantiated. It's like
Mm,
why am I feeling this way? Where did it come from? But
mm-hmm.
it always ends up being right. It always then again, just because I am a psychology girly,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that sometimes we also do have a horrible, horrible problem of self fulfilling prophecies. So you gotta like really internalize and figure out where that's like you gotta figure the source of it. But a lot of times that intuition, trust me, it's true.
It's
But
right. Yeah.
you can't be a you know self fulfilling prophecy either. You can't do that. It's
Mm.
no good.
I mean, you just can't be naive. I mean, it sucks
No.
because you have those signs and you may see it in potential significant others and things like that as you continue to take your steps in the dating world. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, you just can't ignore that so and so reminds you of a guy you talked to a couple years ago. Like you just, even if you're trying not to, you're trying to give everyone the benefit of a doubt or give these people the benefit of a doubt. I'm a firm believer that you really should pay attention to whatever your gut is telling you about somebody.
Well, I mean, the way I see it is it's like if I am sitting in my home and I have a stomach ache, right? And I'm like, ooh, my stomach hurts. That's my body letting me know that something's wrong, right? You're not going to ignore that. So why, when your
Mm-hmm.
body's like giving you that gut feeling that something's just off, why is that easy to ignore, you know? Because it's
Yeah.
like it's the same kind of physicality of it. Because I can tell you, anytime I like, it literally is like in my stomach. Like it feels like, I know people say this, and I don't know if you've ever like felt this actually physically happen to you, but it's literally like your like stomach sinks to like the bottom of the floor, and it's like
Mm.
something's weird, and like that's literally what it feels like. And I ignore it every time because I literally feel like a freaking lunatic because I'm like, I'm crazy because this. I mean, I would be like driving. I'll be like, wait a minute, mm-mm, mm-mm. Like I have it all the time, and then when I like look back later on, and I'm like, well, I knew. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew. I just I was trying to be, a version of myself that is a little bit more together than what it actually is, instead of just being myself. So
Yeah.
should have just been myself.
I think. Ooh, I felt that. I heard that click
Yeah.
too. Dang. Don't break the keyboard, please. Lordy
Girl,
B.
this keyboard has been through it. Because let me tell you, today I have sounded like a secretary. I was today.
Oh,
Okay.
oof. Oh my goodness. Oof.
Yeah, I was.
Let's
My
get in the
neighbors,
office.
God bless their souls, because I was definitely like,
Then they could hear you click clacking on the keyboard through the
I'm sure
walls.
they could. I'm sure they
Ay, ay,
could.
ay.
Girl,
Oy
she's writing an
vey.
angry email. Little did they know. Little did they know.
I hope this email finds you well.
Yeah, I hope it finds you, period, honey, because I'm about to just delete it and not send you anything.
Ooh, child. You know what I've thought about doing
Let
whenever
me
I
hear it.
don't want to? It's a super random. It's just a random intrusive thought that just popped up. Okay. Just
We
came
love
out of
intrusive
nowhere.
thoughts.
I think what I'm going to start doing when I'm talking to a gentleman or talking to a fella, if
Ooh, a
things are not
fella.
working out, I'm going to say, like, hey, what's your email? I want to send you something. Then I'm going to send him like a notice that I'm no longer interested.
Not a notice. Nelly, you are so that is going above and beyond to be petty Betty. Like, hey, just I was gonna send you something fun in your email. What's your email address? And then send like, this is your 15-hour notice that I will not be speaking to you after that 15 hours. Just letting you know.
Oh, it
Here are the details listed below as to the reasons why you will not be spoken to from me anymore. I will not be contacting
because
you
think about
from
it.
further notice.
Think about it with this. Let's just trail together on this path, okay?
Okay, let's
When
do
you're
it. Yeah.
dating and the expectations, the reality, all that mamma jamma, when it comes to meeting a human being that you're thinking that this may be a good partnership for the rest of my life, you are on
Mm,
the will, you are going to be my
mm,
emergency contact, you're going to be
mm,
someone that my supervisor and them can be in contact with if something happens to me and I cannot speak at the moment, whatever the case may be. That is a business partnership at its finest. To me.
Yeah.
It's business. It's all business because now we're professional. We have my favorite word, decorum. Okay, we have
you are.
We have a standard. We have a way of living life that needs to be. It needs to stay steady. To me, that's business. Because if you look up the definition of business, I'm pretty sure the way it's mapped out, whether you use it for any type of job or any type of career, business within itself is just maintaining balance. So what's wrong with me sending an email to someone that I'm no longer interested?
I mean, is this a rhetorical question, or are you just throwing that question in the air and letting it fall where it may? Because go ahead.
You were just saying and yes when I was talking about what a relationship is, like business, you were in agreement. So
yeah, but then you asked me what's wrong with sending an email. I'm like, okay, well, since we're circling back to that, let me tell you what might be an issue with you asking for someone's email and then sending them a notice of termination of whatever situationship you might be finding yourself in. That is, I love it because I'm petty. I love it, but girl, that is like some next level. Like sending an email.
The way I see it is there's a lot of sassy fellas.
Oh no.
In the community. In my community, I've ran into a lot of sassy fellas. And I have to wonder, do they ever think to themselves, this woman might be a sharpshooter. This woman might have a license to conceal. Maybe we shouldn't speak to her in a way that increases whatever hormone that gives off that fight or flight response. Because I've noticed that like throughout social media and just conversations, I'll just scan comments between people, men and women. And one thing I've noticed is that whenever women say anything, and even in men too, but whenever women say something about how men do this and men do that, men will say, well, you all don't post it. Don't be posting stuff like that. And maybe you won't get objectified and this and this and that and this and that. And it's always like, I'm so tired of seeing the men versus women. Like, why are we're not even equals. We cannot, there's things that I can do that a man can't do. And there's things a man can do that I can't do. Why is it always so? The sassy behavior, right, is starting to become very evident when I run into certain fellas. If I decide that I want to shut it down via email, it's because one, I know that you're probably going to block my phone mid-text. One thing I can't stand is a sassy fella who tries to block my phone mid-text. Or
that is something.
Or they text and then unsend the message. Can't stand it. You're sassy. You're too sassy for me. You're acting like my daughter. You're acting like an 11-year-old little girl. I'm done. She can do that, and my feelings can get hurt. You can't do that, and my feelings get hurt. I barely even know ya. Like what? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Friend. I love calling a guy friend.
Yeah. That's why I think an email, and I get it. I get it that reality expectations. My reality is that I expect a man to be intentional and communicate what it is that he wants, when he wants it, how he wants it. All right. Tell me that up front. If you want private, intimate time, then just say that. And I will tell you whether or not I'm in agreement with that. And if I'm not, move it right along because there's someone out there for you that'll do it. However, do not come for my life, come for my hair, talk about how big my nose is, talk about how my lips ain't as full as I think it is, talk about how I don't have a big glutes. My glutes are not very big, all because I don't want to be face down, glutes up for you. You're trying to manipulate me into feeling bad for not wanting to give it up. And that's crazy coming from a man in his 30s. Woo, child. Make me scream.
That's odd behavior.
Sassy, aka emails will be sent. You are no longer
Can't.
being considered for the position, whatever
I
the position
cannot
is.
actually with you. I really
I'm just
can't.
saying, I can't
You are
take these
no
sassy
longer being
fellas.
considered for the position. I'm Nelly, I hate you for saying that.
I
I
just
hate you to
can't.
say that.
I can't take these sassy fellas serious anymore. They don't take me
I don't think
serious.
you're meant to take them seriously, you know?
Yeah, you know
I
what
don't
I
think you're meant
mean?
to.
I
Yeah.
don't think the only like I've met I think there's only two men outside of you and my cousin. There's only two men that I have high respect for, and that's because they're authentically realistic. When I say something, they'll say, "Yeah, but you got to remember men don't think like that." And that's where you got
No.
to, they tell me the reality, but they're not degrading me as a woman.
No.
They
Because, I
don't
mean,
have to
what's the
do
point of
that.
doing that? The society does it already.
You, So they don't know. Absolutely not. They don't feel the need to make me feel less than. They always will say you're a very smart, strong, beautiful black woman. Like you deserve to be with somebody who is really down for the cause of everything that you're doing. Like and these
Mm-hmm.
are I don't they're a part of that, like I said in the beginning, they're a part of that small percentage.
Yeah.
That large percentage is the complete opposites. Mm.
Yeah. I just wish, I wish the whole dating thing wasn't such a phenomenon. I wish it was just not necessarily simple, because I don't think anything in life, is worth it if it's so easy to come by.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be this hard,
No.
right?
No.
Like, it shouldn't be this difficult to like lock in someone. Like, when I see people like who've only been in like 2 or 3 relationships ever in their life, and God forbid that they have to get in multiple, but for people who can like get in like long-term relationships and stay in them for like lengthy amount of time, I am so envious, because I'm like, I can't get someone to continue to text me for longer than 30 days, let alone like lock in. I'm, and I hate it because it makes me to the point where I'm like, what am I doing? And I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and she was like, I don't think it's you. And I'm like, it has to be, because at this point,
Mm-mm.
like, I've dated so many different types of people from so many different walks of life, so many different, like, I mean, everything. I've dated every type of person besides females.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I haven't been able to lock it in. So I'm not even gonna lie, I did have an intrusive thought today where I was like, maybe I need to be with a woman, because
Oh,
at this point, like, I'm not having any luck with men, like,
yeah.
any at
It'd be like,
all.
child, it ain't you, it's them. And the thing is, just because you see people being locked in for, long periods of time, it does not mean that they are locked in. From your
Yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
we know of somebody right now that's locked in, and they've been
We,
locked
we
in.
locked in, and somebody's
But
been locked out for a little bit and don't not really fully aware
and the
of
crazy
that
thing is, it's been like
situation.
that since the beginning. I just didn't know
Yeah,
about it. See what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
it's
guess seeing someone like in a long-term relationship doesn't necessarily mean that they're happy.
oh well. No
So,
matter how many posts they post, no matter
yeah.
I love you and I'm gonna be there for you and I got your back through everything, baby. Like this is
Bloop.
no matter what. You know what signifies that something has already been done. No matter what we
Hmm.
go through, I got your back.
Mm.
So you're basically already saying that they did something. That's why you're saying no matter what.
Yeah, because you've had to have their back already. So, got it.
You will
Got
never
it.
see me. No matter what, I got your back. No.
Yeah.
No, I won't have your back no matter what. Because what's the matter? No.
Mm.
No.
I
Child,
don't
don't
know.
get
I
me
think I'm just
started.
getting to the point where I'm like gonna go back to like not um having such an importance of having a relationship in my life, because there for a while I was actually genuinely happy, just accepting the fact that like I didn't really want to date. But at that time, I also was like super duper locked into my career, so it's very easy to distract myself. So, and with the career that I have, I don't know how to get more locked in than what I already am. So, that's why I'm like, I'm playing 4 sports a week. Like, I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to keep myself out the house. But I think I'm just gonna like I'm on Hinge currently, but I think I'm probably just gonna get back off of that, because it's not looking too promising.
It's not working like you thought it was gonna work. Ain't
No, I
nothing
mean,
wrong with it.
I will say the quality, and this is definitely not like a sponsored post or anything, but I
Oh
will
God,
say
no.
the quality of people on Hinge is very impressive. It's
Mhm.
seemingly um, everybody seems to some extent be on the same page. I mean, it's not like Tinder. Tinder is literally a cesspool. I don't care what anyone says. It's disgusting. Um, it's terrible, terrible place to be. Um, but I will say Hinge, the quality of people on Hinge is pretty impressive. I've recommended Hinge to any single person that I know. Like, definitely get on Hinge. Hinge is definitely like a step above. Like, if you're really wanting to like try and get a relationship, Hinge is the way to go. I think,
Yeah,
truly,
I'm in
at
agreement
least
with that.
my to my extent. I mean, nobody's trying to get my goodies yet. So,
Ooh, well,
and I got
mm.
plenty of goodies to give, honey. I'm like a candy store.
Ooh, I take you to.
Oh,
Okay, anyway, sorry, rewind.
mm.
Skirt, 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 skirt. Well, I guess before we wrap it up, I
Mm.
want to leave on a positive note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we
Mm-hmm.
we said a lot of things that were realistic, but what?
Yeah.
How can we be hopeful? I feel like we haven't met half of the people that we're going to be connected to, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
not out. It's not like we're out networking every weekend in different states and things like that.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've even, and this is super random, it's not about relationships, but in a way it is. I had to
Mm-hmm.
have like a self talk, pep talk with myself here recently to remind myself
Mm-hmm.
that you haven't even met, 1/3 of the support that you're going to get. You're not, people don't know that you exist. That is
Yeah.
why your experiences are so, they seem like they're more negative than positive because half of your life, what I can't say half of my life, but so far, I've
Mm-hmm.
only have like 60% of negative experiences and 40% of like really good. But that's because you have to continue to separate yourself. You got to continue to work on yourself and work on the interpersonal skills and
Mm-hmm.
really see yourself for who you are. See that you're valuable. You're a valuable asset. You're a team player. You're a good company. So
Mm-hmm.
how in the world do you maintain that after realizing that, you know what, dating is not, it's just too difficult. Let's say that someone is trying to get advice. Oh, look,
Mm-hmm.
he just posted on YouTube. Sorry.
Oh my
So,
God.
I already
You
been
are.
subscribed to his channel immediately. Support, gotta support
Oh
the
my
hubby.
God.
But listen, I just love funny people. I look who I have. I'm doing a podcast with.
True. Say less. I'm hilarious. I'm a
You
hilarious
see?
person. I don't care what anyone says. If you don't think I'm funny, you need to go to a mental institution because
Ay ay
something's wrong
ay.
with you.
Wait,
Sorry.
wait, there.
Bold
Wait.
statement, but
Mm.
tell
Ain't
me
nothing
I'm
wrong with
wrong.
it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're
To
echo.
answer your question, though,
Yes.
I think something that, because I know I probably sound like a little Debbie Downer, but like I said, I am in my feelings, but I will be fine. But
Mm.
I think in order to remain hopeful, you just have to like, it's kind of like how someone might be a little ambitious, like career wise. Like you don't take no for an answer. You keep going after what you want, and eventually you either will make a step in that right direction, or you will finally get propelled to the destination you want to be. So I think when it comes to relationships, I mean, necessarily don't look at it like a career, but definitely look at it as like an ambition. Like if you really want to be in a relationship, if you really want to date someone, be ambitious about it. Don't get too discouraged, and don't take criticism. Granted, people who are trying to get to know you shouldn't be criticizing you out of rip. But anyways,
Mm.
um, what I'm trying to say is like just keep your head up. Don't get knocked down. Just dust yourself off and try again. Is that like Aaliyah's lyrics?
If at first she don't succeed,
Yeah.
doom,
Do
dust
what Aaliyah
yourself off
says.
and
Dust
try
yourself off and
again.
try again. And just be yourself. Somebody out
Period.
there, the thing is like people have friends, people have family that love them. If you have people in your life who can look at you and appreciate you and love you, there's a person that's outside of your circle that will do the same for you as well. It exists. Unfortunately, we're just in an era of self-absorbed egomaniacs that get on
Ooh.
social medias for their selfish necessities like attention, and it's hard to navigate people who don't feed into the hype.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find that person. You will. And when you
Yeah.
do, it'll be healthy, and it'll be fun, it'll be exciting, and it'll work out.
And I can attest to this because
Mm-hmm.
a perfect example is how me and Drew met, right? Business
True.
partnership, creative partnership. The job that or the place that we currently work, I've been trying to apply and work there for quite some time. Like
Mm-hmm.
the recent application and getting hired on was like my third or fourth attempt of trying to get on.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that crazy that the time that I finally get hired onto this job that's kind of hard to get in, and
Mm-hmm.
then I meet someone who is genuinely like-minded. It's not
Yeah.
forced. It's not
Mm-hmm.
hard. We can stack it up, we can go at it, we can do whatever, and it's all love. Ooh, hashtag
Yeah.
Lil Durk. But that is like a perfect example that it's real. That what all of what
Yeah.
Drew just said is 100% real.
I sound like a pessimistic Polly right now, but I promise, like, I'm never down and out. Let's just make that very clear. I am
Period.
never down and out. I might be down, but baby, I am not out. So, like, you'll be fine. The way I always kind of like talk myself into like feeling better about it is like, I was okay before this person. I'll be okay after this person,
Ooh.
and you will be too. You were okay. You were doing fine. You were in a positive place before this person, and it may not feel like you'll get back to it, but you will. Allow yourself to
Mm-hmm.
feel what you want to feel, what you need to feel, and when you feel the courage to stand back up, and stand with your head held high.
That was some good stuff. Is your heart and mind cleared?
For the most part, yeah. I could keep going, but I'm okay.
Well, my heart and mind is totally clear. I appreciate you all for checking in. Please continue to be tapping into the Nelly Drayton Show podcast, available on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and even videos with just the audio on our YouTube channel as well. And yes, I do play video games. My daughter is like obsessed with the fact that I'm playing games now. She wants me to play Roblox nonstop. And for that, I like it, love it, and want more of it because it just gets her to a place, man. She be screaming. If you guys haven't tapped into the latest video, just a warning, turn the volume down, but enough to where you can still hear us. My daughter just gives this horrendous scream like every 5 seconds on that video. And it's hilarious. But
It's
either
funny.
way it goes, tap into the listener support. Continue to tap in. If this is your first time listening to us, thank you so much for tuning in. I am working on my presentation and hosting skills. If you can't tell, listen to the first episode compared to this one. And
Yeah,
I
it's
think
much
that
better.
you feel
Much
me?
better.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that we are turning into some really great hosts. I would like for one day for us to be called to host events for people because that's just how good we are. That's just
Absolutely.
the chemistry, the connection, the dynamic. That's what I want.
You
So
like it? You love it? You want more of it? Is that what you can get at?
period. Yes. And I'm gonna say it one more time just to wrap it all up. But I hope you guys liked it, loved it, and want more of it. Again, welcome to the Nelly Drayton Show podcast, where creatives gather to kind of sort of figure it out and go beyond. Until next time.